Good morning, everyone. Mayor Wilder here from the city of North Canton. I hope you're doing well, and we finally have a sunny day here in Northeast Ohio. It's good to be back with you on this Wednesday morning for our community updates and things that we're working on, and just want to keep you aware of that are occurring in the city of North Canton. Again, thank you for joining me today. So what's going on in North Canton? Well, there's a number of things. It's been very busy as we're going through and traversing this COVID-19 and keeping our daily operations going strong. So I want to thank you all for your continued vigilance and support of following the guidelines of our physical distancing, staying 6 feet apart as a minimum. Your hand washing, monitoring your own personal hygiene, wearing your facial coverings when in public, especially if you have public interactions. Sometimes at your office, you may not have to if you're in by yourself, as I am doing right now. But and most of all, being patient while you're standing in line waiting to check out of your favorite store. I've been out and about and in Giant Eagle and Acme, and their lanes are marked, and they're asking people to follow those. But big thing is I'm seeing cooperation, courtesy, and facial coverings. Again, thank you for supporting our local businesses during these last few months and following the mandatory and now the recommended guidelines for and best practices, because as our businesses are opening up per Governor DeWine and Ohio Director Amy Acton, things are opening up for us in our city and in Stark County and our community. So just please, if you would be cooperative for your own safety and the safety of others, and following the guidelines and recommendations for their employees, employers, and for their patrons of their stores. So thank you again. And again, thank you again for following the Stay Safe Ohio. If you don't have to go out, you don't have to go out. But things are opening up for us, so just be safe while you're out there. Well, today, Wednesday the 13th, is, believe it or not, National Receptionist Day, and that was established in 1991. And I just want to thank our receptionists here, our administrative assistants, again, for their valuable contributions that they provide for our city, but also when you think about other businesses in our community, oftentimes they're the first person you talk to, and they try to do their best, and I know ours do their best to try to understand exactly what your need is and direct you to the right person or persons to help you. So again, National Receptionist Day, and established in 1991. Also coming up on Friday, May 15th, is Peace Officers Memorial Day. And I'd like to conclude my presentation today and with that in mind, as we recognize our peace officers here in our community and throughout the United States or around the world. Saturday is Armed Forces Day. That's the third Saturday of May, and that was established in 1949. It's celebrated in May of 1950. And again, it honors our Americans who have served, our men and women who have served in our armed forces for our country, whether it's in peace or at war. May we pay tribute to the men and women in uniform that have served and are currently serving now. In regards to my family, my father served in World War II, 2 brothers in Vietnam, 1 in the Navy, 1 in the Air Force, and I came in at the end served shortly in the United States Navy. So the armed forces is dear to our family, and thank you for your service to our country. A few updates that I've been taken away from the Governor DeWine's comments. Again, childcare is still a work in progress. He's still focused on science-based and for their safety-based decisions. And the big thing is we want to establish public confidence that your child will be safe where they're at. Again, the North Canton YMCA is still certified as a pandemic child care center. They can accommodate up to 60 individuals or 60 children. He highlighted again the importance of wearing face coverings as required and as needed, just showing mutual respect for each other to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. Future mandatory testing for the coronavirus was going to be forthcoming. I think that was in the newspaper today or yesterday, and we'll see what happens here in the next few weeks on that. They talked about youth sports, again, organized sports. We're still waiting for some guidance on that to be determined, and what protections will need to be put in place for fans and spectators, and as we go on through our summer for our festivals and fairs. Unfortunately, we have already, and not just our community, but many communities have had to cancel some of their summer fairs and festivals, things like that. We're still waiting on the nursing home updates. That's still in a planning stage. Just want to review some of the reopenings for Ohio. Let's see. On May 12th, again, consumer retail services and businesses that reopen, and they'll employ safe distancing practices. On May 15th, our hair salons, day spas, nail salons, barber shops, tanning facilities will open, and restaurants and bars can open to outdoor dining. So we have those places here in our city. So on May the 15th, you'll be able to re-engage in your businesses. Unfortunately, businesses like gyms are still on hold, although I do have something new for, I believe, tattoo parlors that will be opening soon. And I'll go over those there in just a second. Just want to remind everybody, our Stark County Health Department is a tremendous asset for you, for information that you might need for guidance through this COVID-19. But just keep in mind, again, I got a notification from them. They do not provide sick care, treatment, or testing for COVID-19. So just keep that in mind. I wanted to share that on behalf of the Stark County Health Department. They do not provide for sick care, treatment, or testing for COVID-19. As the Responsible Restart Ohio program starts out, if you go online to the Ohio Department of Health, for our businesses that concern hair salons, day spas, nail salons, barbershops, and tanning facilities, there's a form right here that you can go to, and that will help you out with your mandatory and best practices for opening your business. Also for restaurants and bars, a similar type thing for you if you want to go. Those are printable for you to follow in regards to Responsible Restart Ohio for restaurants and bars. And there's one more here I ran off. Again, this one is for our massage therapy, acupuncture, and cosmetic therapy. So those guidelines are there for you. Just run them off, and that'll be a good roadmap for you in opening up your businesses. Let's see. We talked about May 15th openings. That's pretty much it for, I think, what's opening right now. I'd like to bring to your attention something that's being offered by AEP Ohio. And they have a program that can help you with your business and with your budget concerns when it comes to your AEP functions for yourself. And they have a call number. It's a 888-710-4237. And there you can learn more about processing fees, loan programs, energy usage, facility insights, guide for budget decisions. So yes, some of our businesses have been strapped financially, but if you call that number, I'll repeat it again for you, 888-710-4237. AEP is there to help you out, and they're offering help for business and budget concerns. I just wanted to pass that on to them. I just got that in the mail this week. So let's look at some of the things that are happening in the city. Just to bring you up to date, again, our water treatment plant is operating smoothly. We do have a small water main break up at Altman Avenue, but that will be replaced today. But again, water treatment is functioning quite well. and hopefully businesses that'll be opening up in and around Stark County who benefit from our water supply. There should be no problems for you. So there again, thanks to our team out there. For Parks and Recreation, you're going to see our people out and about. Again, we're doing our spring cleanup, so our parks are being spruced up for our citizens and visitors. Engineering, if you're not aware, up on Apple Grove Northeast to Marquardt, again, our repaving process is progressing fairly well. As long as the weather holds out, we'll get the base coats down and then be able to come back and put the top coat. That top coat, we have to have about 65 degrees or higher for it to really adhere and to be to function as we want it to. So again, the repaving project up on Apple Grove is still going. Folks, thank you very much for providing safe travel through there for our police officers and all the contractors and service workers that are on the street. Be vigilant, slow down, take your time, and you'll get through there safely. So thank you there. In checking with the fire department, their operations are going okay as expected during this COVID-19 issue and operations. Their personnel are following their protocols. And again, thank you for the persons that we do transport for cooperating with our people, our paramedics and firefighters that are assisting on the calls and following safeguards for handling or for dealing with COVID-19 and stopping that spread of that virus. Thank you very much. The weather's going to be nice. Just be safe out there as you go out and start running and biking and walking and doing some outside activities. For the police department, same thing goes for them. They appreciate the cooperation that they're coming in contact with the public and wearing facial coverings and responding to the COVID-19 safeguards. Something else that the chief brought up in our conversation, for overnight parking, we've made quite an allowance for many of our families and our residents here because their children were coming home from colleges and universities and having not enough room in their parking or in their driveways to park their vehicles. And we provided allowances for on-street parking or overnight parking. For the rest of this month, that is in play. All we're asking you is for the homeowner to call in, and if a vehicle has to be parked on the street overnight, give us the information on that vehicle, license plate, color, make, and model, and how long it might be there. We're extending that courtesy through the end of May. Hopefully, we'll have more directions for whatever direction families are going to have to take in handling this, dealing with this COVID-19. Probably in June, we'll write parking warnings for you for overnight parking. That goes from 2 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning. And unless you call in and just let us know, and we'll take it, let us know, and we'll take it month to month, whether we need to give you a parking permission or not. Again, we don't want you parking, blocking other people's driveways, fire hydrants, and not too close to the stop signs in your neighborhood. So we're extending that courtesy to you. And the last thing we want to do is have to write overnight parking citations. But they may be issued sometime in June if we're not getting any communication from you whether you need permission to park a vehicle overnight. And the reason we want our vehicles identified is because it allows our officers to actually know when they patrol the neighborhoods who belongs there. And sometimes we find cars that don't belong there and people who don't belong here. And that could, and that's the protection, that's the prevention that we want to have, that potential crimes will be eliminated. So, and plus it keeps our streets clean and allows our safety vehicles to go down and locate addresses in a safe and timely manner. Something else that's coming up is a car show parade, and that's going to be at the multi-senior living facility, Cruise Inn, and it's going to be something like this. I'll hold that up for you. Take a look at that. And it's going to benefit the Danbury, the Heritage Village, Sanctuary Grande, St. Luke's, Lutheran, and co-sponsored with Walther's Cafe. And hopefully it'll be a parade of classic cars and with hopefully bringing a sense of happiness to the residents that at these locations. Um, they're going to form up at Hoover High School, and that's going to be on Sunday, May the 17th at 3 p.m. We're asking you to maintain safe distancing though. In your lineups, in your setups, if you're going to be out of the car that you need fresh air, please wear a facial covering. We're adhering to that 6-foot rule, but we're also adhering to large gatherings, okay? We don't need people congregating closely. Wear your facial coverings, keep your distance, and stay a car lengths away from each other. That would work out great, but we're asking for that cooperation. The police, we're affording this because we want to help our community have some sense of spirit and happiness during this time. But physical distancing, if not, just stay in your car. You may not have to wear your face mask there, but if you're going to interact with the public, make sure you have a facial covering. Thank you very much. I just appreciate your cooperation with that. Should be a great opportunity. We've had one cruise in already for one of our facilities. So here we go. You'll have a police escort led by North Canton Police Department for the car show parade, the multi-senior living facility cruise in Sunday, May the 17th. There you go. Okay, locally, let's see what we got going here still. Congratulations to the JTech Solutions Group. It's a new company. They're located at 950 South Main Street. They focus on renovations to make houses safer and more accessible for customers with disabilities or who are aging. They have a great showroom. It's closed right now because of COVID, but they can take appointments. But thank you for coming into our city with your business. I know you'll do well, and thank you for taking care of a population that needs assistance in many different ways. So thank you. I had a communique from a resident regarding COVID-19 and garage sales, and I want to thank that person for bringing that up. That information just came out this week also, and I'll share that with you. So there's a checklist for, I'll show you right here. There's a checklist available for you for garage sales and outdoor retail sales, protecting against COVID-19. Let me go quickly, and I'll share these with you. Practice social distancing by doing the following. Place posters encouraging social distancing for customers to see upon arrival while shopping. Set up your tables and chairs within 6 feet apart. Use heavy-duty tape to form a flow of customers to follow throughout the sale. Ask customers to stand in line while spread out during high traffic times. Clean all tables and chairs several times a day. And make sure all merchandise is washed and dried and or wiped down with disinfectant product before placing on a table or chair for sale. And wipe down all tables and chairs using disinfectant at the end of the day or in the morning before the next day of the sale starts. Wear masks and disposable gloves at all times during the sale, and have hand sanitizer with at least a 60% alcohol on the tables or other places for customers to use. And for additional information, again, you can go to coronavirus.ohio.gov for much of the information I've shown you already. But garage sales and open retail sales are permissible, and just follow those recommended guidelines, Ohioans. Thank you very much for that. Another communication that came through from our North Canton Public Library, even though the library is closed to the spread of the COVID-19, book drops will open on May 11th. That was Monday. So no overdue fines will be applied to accounts while the building remains closed. And as always, for further assistance, you can just go to the North Canton Public Library website for other directions. But there you go, folks. It came out. No fines, okay? So you can do your drop-off for the North Canton Library. For our Arrowhead Golf and Event Center, I'm happy to report that on May 15th, that's this Friday. They will have their outdoor patio available for dining. Again, they'll have their safeguards in place following the recommendations and best practices from the Ohio Department of Health and Governor DeWine's office. So I'm very encouraged for our Arrowhead Golf and Event Center to start opening business. And hopefully on the 21st, that Thursday, they'll be able to accommodate inside dining. But right now, outdoor patio off the grill room area will be open for business. So thank you there. And just a side note again, the North Canton Area Chamber of Commerce is always there to try to help answer your questions. I want to appreciate the work that Nicole Correttas and her assistant Elaine Tullius are doing and trying to keep our chamber up and about and working for our community. In regards to the city, our permits and inspections update, we're going to be open for business, for walk-in business, that is, for our contractors or persons who need to get a permit or a license. We are opening that only open for those people to come upstairs off the rear entrance, off a ream, to apply for a business permit or a license or to make a payment. We will have safeguards in place, and we're going to follow the recommendations from the CDC, Ohio Department of Health, and Governor DeWine's office. And for counter service, waiting area, again, we're asking our visitors to wear face masks for our contractors and seeking our permits. So we're just asking you, please help us out protecting our employees as you protect yourself. And so that'll be open on Monday from 8 to 4:30, and that will start on May the 18th. So that's for our permits. Just want to refresh the things that we have open right now for our citizens. Things that you can do, again, our tennis courts are open. The sand volleyball at Price Park, the walking path at Price Park. Again, safe distancing practices are in place. We're asking you to comply with. Our Price Park Pond is open for fishing. The baseball fields, again, no more than 10. I'm asking no organized activities or league play, but you can still go out and throw the ball around and hit a bat and, or hit a bat, have a ball and bat, you know what I mean, okay? But again, personal safety is a concern here. And we're not trying to limit all activities, but you got to get out and have a little sense of fun and at a ball field. What else? The Hoover Trail still remains open. Our pickleball court is open. Again, no league play, we're asking. Hopefully by May the 29th, we'll have greater direction from the governor's office about organized activities and sports. Congratulations again to our lunch ladies at North Canton Middle School. They're doing a fantastic job of giving out over 900 meals a day for our families for our students. And they're volunteering their time, and I can't say enough about our lunch ladies up there. All last week was this beginning of senior week. I had the opportunity each night to say hello to our seniors coming up and get their caps and gowns. And the Pav's ice cream was delicious. I was actually given a pint or two, so I want to thank the school administration for that. But better yet, I had the opportunity to say hello to families and congratulate the children that are graduating, our graduates, and keep up your spirits and just enjoy these next few days as you near your graduation, and just stay safe and best of luck to you. Here's some news that just came in this morning from our hometown university. Walsh University announces new majors, free housing for freshmen, and transfers, and other student incentives for fall of 2020. So real quickly, in face of the uncertainty of COVID-19, Walsh University is preparing for fall 2020 by announcing bold measures to meet its students' needs, including financial incentives, new majors, a more flexible 8-week term, and a designated cross-campus task force to concentrate on plans moving forward and safety procedures related to COVID-19. They're offering free room for freshmen, transfers, tuition freeze for sophomores to seniors. They're going to offer new majors. They're going to have an 8-week academic term, and again, they're going to keep their task force in place for the fall of 2020. This was the latest press release right here that came out. Oops, sorry about that. And if you want to contact them, you could contact the Director of University Relations, and that is at 330-490-7296, and that is Andrea McCaffrey at Walsh University. So there you go. Our hometown university is adapting to what it can for its students and staff and faculty. So way to go, Walsh. Folks, as I wind down here, I mentioned before about the Peace Officers Memorial Day. And with my background in law enforcement, that was always a very special day for us. You may see some of our officers wearing a black band over their badge. And that's to show honor and respect for those who have died in line of duty or as a result of injuries incurred while they're employed as police officers or law enforcement officers throughout our state and nation and territories. Police Week starts this week. It started Monday. And Peace Officers Memorial Day is May the 15th. And that was just for, again, pays tribute to local, state, and federal law enforcement officers, and also for our tribal law enforcement officers across the nation. On average, unfortunately, we average about 163 deaths a year for those officers serving. In 2018, we had 158, and I believe in Ohio we had 4 in 2018. And again, October 1st, 1961, that was Congress was passed by President John F. Kennedy to designate May the 15th as a day to honor police officers. If you have a flagpole that you can lower your flag to half staff that day, that would be great in honor of Peace Officers Memorial Day. Sadly, as of May 11th, 2020, the Fraternal Order of Police reports 101 line of duty deaths due to the COVID-19 in our nation. And checking for our firefighters and paramedics, the only figure I could find was about 34 that have died in the line of duty in their service to their community and country in dealing with this pandemic health crisis. And if you have time to reflect and think about those officers, men and women, on the first responders being out there to help protect you and take care of you, I'd appreciate that. As for myself, we have a little bit of a law enforcement family for us, if I may indulge. My father was a very short part-time police officer in Little Rock, Arkansas, Pulaski County, when he was in the military down there. My brother Ken was a police officer in Brunswick, Maine, a lieutenant. Unfortunately, died of a heart attack at the age of 40. I had the opportunity to work with my brother for about a year while I was up in Brunswick, Maine, before I returned back to Ohio. His son is a police officer, Gregory Wilder, down in Tallahassee, Florida. Greg is a sergeant now. He's been a police officer for about 17, 18 years now. His wife, April, is a lieutenant on the Tallahassee Police Department, and God bless them, they have two twin boys Graham and Wyatt, that are 6 and probably going on 12. But so law enforcement is a dear part of our family, and I always think about our officers that I've had the pleasure to work with, and honor them and respect them for what they did for us here in our community. So with that, I just want to thank you again for the service that we have from our people. And thank you, the public, for keeping them safe too. And it goes two ways. Folks, the science shows that this virus doesn't discriminate based on our religion or gender or age. It doesn't discriminate as who we are or where we're from. So I just want you to keep in mind, be as safe as you can in what you do and when you're out and about, taking care of yourself and your family and your fellow co-workers and employers. So until we meet next time, I just want you to stay safe and keep well. Thank you for the time and privilege of allowing me to come into your home or office and to share these things. It may not be important to some people, but to me, it's important to get this information out to you all. So again, stay safe, keep well, and until next time, see you.